Pro. I'm doing it.
On the beat.
Good morning. Welcome to the Truth of the Matter edition. We are coming to you from Biafra Television, London. This morning we are looking at the disappearance of Nnamdi Kanu's case file at the Nigerian Court of Appeal. So this is the matter we are looking at this morning. I am here with Mr. Kalabu. Mr. Kalabu, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Presenter, for welcoming me again today as always, and at the same time I welcome you viewers at home, and we thank you for always listening and following our program. Keep watching.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kalabu. Yes, Justice Sohu made a ruling and revised his ruling in 2017 that led the legal counsel of Nnamdi Kanu to take this matter to the appeal court. Yesterday they went to the court and they are saying that the case file is missing. How do you look at this matter?
Well, it is quite ridiculous and unheard of that a case, a litigation that has been debated upon at the court, which awaits a final decision of the court, and today we are witnessing another turnaround that the case file has disappeared. It is quite unfortunate what the Nigerian judicial system has become of, and it is quite unfortunate that the world, the human rights communities, the judicial communities are not even saying anything about what is going on in Nigeria. Sometimes I ask myself, do we even have lawyers in Nigeria? Because I don't see the reason why you see illegality, because a society is governed by law. Under the Nigerian Constitution, any case that has gone to appeal must be settled within 3 months. Yes. And since 2017, when Injustice John Soho committed what I can easily describe as a judicial somersault, whereby he gave a decision at the court and he reversed himself again at a later date without even anybody appealing to his decision. So this judicial somersault committed by John Soho, the indigenous people of Biafra, as learned as they are, they took up the case and appealed against the decision of the judge to overrule himself. And it's in that time till now, it is more than a year, and the case is up to a year now, and the appeal court has not given any judgment. This is also a miscarriage of justice. This is what the indigenous people of Biafra has been crying about all this while. You remember that the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra was incarcerated for almost 2 years without any evidence. So what is happening in Nigeria is something, a development that the people of goodwill must stand up and challenge it, because there is no more justice in Nigeria. There is no more separation of power in Nigeria. Nigeria is now practicing an overlap of the judiciary and the executive arm of government infused together and presented to the populace as a totalitarian regime. So what is happening in Nigeria is a miscarriage of justice. There is no how a judge will overrule himself, and when the decision of overruling himself is appealed against, and the court in general will not give a decision for getting to 1 year. That is completely unacceptable in law. That is completely out of the practice of law. So that is exactly what is happening at the Nigerian judiciary as it relates to this particular subject of discourse.
Looking at it, do you think that Muhammadu Buhari is complicit of the appearance of the case file?
What is happening in Nigeria as relates to this case is the making of the president of Nigeria, because he vowed that he will never let the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra to come out of jail. That is to tell you that he already decided that he will throw away the constitution of the country to the dustbin and do whatever that is in his mind. And that is what we are seeing that is playing out. Bright Chimete Isinwa, he was incarcerated unlawfully, and a competent court with jurisdiction has already decided the case and awarded the fine of 5 million naira to the accused person. And up until today, he is still being incarcerated by the executive arm of government. That is to tell you that the decisions of the courts in Nigeria makes no sense anymore to the leaders. Okay, you mentioned Justice Ademola Adeniyi. That judge was a very good judge who applied the rule of law as it is. That same judge was the judge who discharged, who released the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, unconditionally. He released him because he looked at the facts of the case and discovered that there is no case to answer, because self-determination is under the Nigerian law and under the international law. So he discharged him. So because of that decision, a few days ago, that judge has been removed and dismissed by the president of Nigeria.
And he was arrested.
Yes, and arrested because he gave a right decision based on law. Okay, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, he was arrested and was charged for treasonable felony, and there was no evidence. So what the world should be looking at this point in time is this: in Nigeria, the process now is arrest people, keep them incommunicado without access to their lawyers or their families, incarcerate them for as many years as the president deemed fit. So that is what is happening in Nigeria. A lot of Biafrans are in prison custodies without any evidence. No evidence. In Nigeria, more than 2 years. Okay, even the charges that is against them, if convicted, may not be up to 2 years jail term. But they have been there for 3 years and there is no judgment. Everything is completely absurd. So the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is also a case which the international community should look into, because one, the government through the courts gave him a conditional bail, and after giving the conditional bail, his home was invaded by the army. So by that invasion alone, it means that the government has endorsed herself in a conduct that is outrageous before the law. And because of that outrageous conduct, this case is supposed to be dismissed and acquit all the Biafrans that are being held in Kuje prison as it relates to this particular issue. So that is what is happening in Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kalago. Yes, of course, the people of Biafra held in the Kuje prison should be released as a matter of urgency, because what the president of Nigeria is doing is subduing the law. The law doesn't matter anymore in Nigeria. And now the case study is missing. So what do you think that the people of Biafra should do?
The people of Biafra should continue to agitate for the restoration of Biafra, because there is no case against the indigenous people of Biafra.
To set aside anything about the case?
Yes,
because the case file is missing.
Yes, for invading the home of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, at that point in time is the point where the case supposed to have been dismissed, because you have already created an environment of fear, intimidation, and death. That is to say that the accused person has been denied of his right to fair hearing, which is contained under Section 36 and 17 of the Nigerian Constitution. So, by the invasion of Nnamdi Kanu's home, it means that the witnesses that would have come to testify in favor of the leader of indigenous people will no more go because everybody is afraid.
Yes.
So that is the situation.
By invading the home of IPOB leader,
yes,
and proscribing the indigenous people of
Biafra,
so
has made the case completely supposed to be dismissed.
Yes, and those of them who will come out to testify in favor of the leader of indigenous people of Biafra will not be afraid, yes, to come out open and they say, this man is innocent. Yes. I know him very well, he is innocent because Nnamdi Kanu has been proscribed, yes, illegally, yes, by Nigerian government. Yes. Looking at the whole issue now, we understand that Muhammadu Buhari, the president of Nigeria, is complicit of the disappearance of Nnamdi Kanu case file at the appeal court. So, what do you think that made Muhammadu Buhari to do that?
Well, why he did that is because, one, they have violated the principles of fundamental fairness. Okay. Because, first and foremost, before the indigenous people of Biafra were proscribed unlawfully by the Nigerian state, there was no fair hearing. The indigenous people of Biafra were taken unaware and they were labeled terrorists without them presenting their own argument for defense before the proscription. So that is number one. So this number one is very, very critical, that the Nigerian state violated completely all the fundamental principles of fair hearing and fair trial. So that is to tell you that the Nigerian government have no evidence against the indigenous people of Biafra. They have been defeated. So that is the reason why they stole the case file, because the indigenous people of Biafra have no case to answer before the law. So that is what is going on.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kalagu. Yes, of course, you put it very clear to our people and the public that what Muhammadu Buhari is doing is very wrong. Looking at it, Muhammadu Buhari has decided to steal the case file belonging to the leader of indigenous people of Biafra at the Court of Appeal. So this is very bad. How do you see the conduct of the Nigerian government?
Well, the conduct of the Nigerian state shocked the world because it is an outrageous conduct that has completely derailed any form of getting to the end of this case, because as it is, the conduct of the Nigerian government shocked the court. The conduct of the Nigerian government shocks the society. The outrageous conduct of the Nigerian government also shocked the constitution, because it is not constitutionally binding for the army to invade the home of an accused person who is enjoying bail condition under a stringent items as condition given to him by the court. So these are the things that the Nigerian government has done. So by the disappearance of the case file, it means the Nigerian state must discharge and acquit every Biafran. More than 87 Biafrans are in different prison custodies in Nigeria. So they must be released with immediate effect.
Because the indigenous people of Biafra, we don't have case anymore with Nigeria.
Of course, there is
so that is it. So as it is right now, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra and the Biafrans all over the world, his followers, have no more case with Nigerian government because they have stolen the case file. That means that Nnamdi Kanu has no case with the Nigerian government anymore. All Biafrans in Nigerian prisons should be released as a matter of urgency. All the legal world, the legal world and the international community and all the civil society should intervene and call on Nigerian government to release Biafrans in Nigerian prisons as a matter of urgency. So this is the position right now, because Nigerian government has seen that the leader of indigenous people of Biafra has no more case. The people of Biafra, we have no more case with Nigeria. That's why they have stolen the case file. So this is the matter we are bringing to you this morning. This is the truth of the matter as it is.
Freedom, freedom is what we need now. Freedom, freedom is what we want now. Freedom, freedom is what we need now. Freedom, freedom is what we want now. Only the United Nations to set my people free. Only the League of the Nation to set Biafra free. Lord, no. Only the African Union talk about my freedom. Only the folk come now sound this group to set Biafra free. Lord, for so long they will suffer. Biafra freedom, freedom is what we need now. Freedom, freedom is what we want now. Biafra freedom, freedom is what we need now. Freedom, freedom is what we want now. Only the United Nations to set my people free. Only the League of the Nation to set Biafra free. Lord, no. Only the African Union talk about my freedom. Only the folk come now sound this group to set Biafra free. Lord, for so long